Good day everyone, hello everyone. This video is an intro to the use of HTML, and I used HTML to create the recipe for yam porridge. Isn't that interesting? So this text editor I'm using is Visual Studio Code, and I named it recipe.html. So I'll start with tags, but before I go to tags, I'm currently learning the use of HTML and CSS at people.com, pirple, then .com, pirple.com. So starting with HTML, you are meant to start with your doc type. That's the document type, and that's HTML. So for HTML, especially the HTML5, we use doctype then HTML tag. So, and that is to indicate the document type as HTML. And this green you are seeing around in Visual Studio Code are comments. If you look closely, the comment is opened with a opening with a kind of less down sign, then an exclamation mark, then two dash, then it's closing with two dash and a greater than sign. So that's how to make comments in HTML. Then I move to the HTML tag. The HTML tag is you wish to open your document, your HTML document, and close your HTML document. Then look at the difference between the opening of it, or opening a tag and closing a tag. The difference is just simply that in closing the tag, you introduce a forward slash. A forward slash is introduced. So as I've said, HTML is to show that HTML is being used. Then that's HTML tag. Then the head tag. The head tag, it contains title, links, and other properties not visible to visitors. So we have links to, maybe you want to link to CSS, you want to link to JavaScript. Then we have the meta sets for the character set. So the character set is UTF-8. That's the Unicode. Then we have the title. The title is recipe for yam porridge. The title is what will be displayed with your web page. And before I continue, the comment being made will not be displayed at all in your web page. The comment being made will not be displayed at all in your web page. Let me try opening this. I saved it presently in the desktop. This is it. Okay, recipe. Let's open it with Google Chrome. Now look at Google Chrome. As you will see, this Visual Studio Code. The title, I named it here. Title, recipe for yam porridge. That's what is appearing. That's what is appearing in the Chrome. That's what is appearing in the Chrome browser as our title, recipe for yam porridge. So, and it's likely, or it's the title out of all things that you place in the head section. Out of everything you place in the head section, this is the head opening tag and this is the head closing tag. out of everything, it's only the title that, let's say, the visitor will be able to see. So it will be displayed on top of the web page, as you can see in Chrome here. Then let's move on. Then we close the head tag. Then the body tag is the tag. This is the opening of the body tag, and the body tag is the. I also rendered it here. Everything in the body tag will be visible to the visitors. The visitor visiting your web page, except the comment, as you know, the comment will not be visible to them. The purpose of the comment is for you to be able to have understanding of what a tag means or what you have done in a particular line when coding, especially when you come back to get back to it, so that you will understand it. That's the purpose of comment. Then, so this is the body. Then I want to create like the title, not just the title now, but I want this to show not just as the title, but to show as a heading. So I use the H1 heading. This is the closing of the H1. This is the opening of the H1 tag. The H1 tag is the largest heading, followed by H2. It will reduce. Then when you have an H3, it will reduce. So let's see this. That's Chrome browser. Look at the H1, the one embedded within the H1. That's recipe for yam porridge. Then the ingredient is embedded within H2. You can see that's much smaller than H1. Let's see what H3 will give us. So H1 is header 1, H2 is header 2. Let's see what H3 will give us. H3. Let's put in header 3. That is H4. And 4. And 2H. So we are from H1 down to H6. So H5 and 5. Then header 5. Then next the last header H6 and 6. Okay, and let's save that. When your document is unsaved, you see this here. So to save it, Ctrl S. Yeah, that's done. Then we check. Let's reload our web page. Yeah, so we can see this start of H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. You can see that from H5 it's want to even be seeming smaller than in standard text. So that's about the header, the H1 to H6. Then let's look at how to create a list. There are two types of list. When listing, there are two types. We have the ordered list, then the unordered list. You will see the difference soon. I start with the unordered list. The unordered list, the tag is UL. That is the tag. Then you close it when you are done. So unordered list. Then when listing, ordered or unordered, you use the tag LI for the listing tag. So remember, we are talking about the recipe for yam porridge. So we are talking about H1 was the, let me just delete the headers I'm not using so that I'll be able to get. H1 was that for the recipe. Yeah, let me save it. Recipe for yam porridge. That is H1. Then the H2, I want to talk about the ingredients. So for the ingredients, I created an unordered list to write out the ingredients, and that's the first one: half tube of medium yam, then 2 cooking spoons of palm oil, half cup of washed and chopped ugu or spinach leaf, 4 peppers and tatase, 3 medium tomatoes, 1 big onion chopped, then any garnishing from more smoked fish, stockfish, and this is optional, the stockfish. I'll show you the effect of this later soon. Then 2 tablespoons of ground crayfish, 1 seasoning cube, thyme and curry salt to taste. Okay, now let's look at how our unordered list looks like. This is how an unordered list looks like. It will not be numbered, and you can create a list within a list, but simply an unordered list looks like this. Look at what we listed: half tube of medium yam and the rest. Then remember, at the place where we have any garnishing, for more smoked fish or stockfish. So these are optional. They're optional. For me to get this optional being bold like this, we look at what I use for the editing, text editing. Let's go back. Strong. So strong is used for text editing to make it come out to be bold. The other text editing, the other text editing properties what you use, we can have italics, and that's EM for emphasize. Look at those later, maybe in next video. So this is used to the strong that makes it more bold. Is used to make the text optional, bold. So it's made optional bold. It emboldened it. So that's the function of that strong there. Then let's move to remember your closing tag. If there's no closing tag, there will be error in your output if there's no closing tag. Then H2, I created another header H2 for the instruction in cooking, and we follow the instruction. So this is an ordered list. The tag is OL, then it is closed there. And remember, for listing use LI. So the first instruction is wash and clean your fish or common with seasoning to salt, then set aside. You close your list for that first list. Then your second list, blend tomatoes and pepper, heat a pan with oil and salt onions till translucent. So we follow our instructions. Then pour pepper and tomato mix. Pour pepper and tomato mixture and leave to fry for 7 to 10 minutes till raw taste of tomato is gone. Stir at intervals to avoid burning. Then the tag was closed. Then the next step is peel, cut into small pieces and wash your yam. Place in clean pot. Let me start that again. So peel, cut into small pieces and wash your yam. Place in clean pot. Put some salt. Cover with enough water and boil for 6 to 8 minutes. Add crayfish. Then the tag was closed. Then the next point here is, so when yam is a bit tender, combine with fried tomato and add a little water to reduce thickness. Add your seasoning cubes, that's thyme, curry and salt as necessary. Close your tag with this. Then move to the next point. The next point is leave to cook for about 15 minutes on low heat until yam becomes very soft. Turn the yam mixture till some yam is mashed. Then allow to cook for another 5 minutes. So you follow that. Close your tag, your list tag. Then the last step here, the last instruction, add your chopped and washed vegetables as well as garnishing into the meal and allow to steam for another 5 minutes. Stir and put off it. Close your tag. Then we are done with the listing. Since we are done with the listing, we will close our ordered list. Now let's see how the ordered list looks like again. This is how the ordered list looks like. This is the instruction embedded in the H2 tag. Then the ordered list. This is the instruction embedded in the H2 tag. This, the ordered list. Without putting 1, 2, 3, 4. The ordered list, as far as you put is another list, it will list them like this for you. Then though there are other features that you can use to change it maybe to Roman numeral and the rest, but by default it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and after this, your yam is ready. That's, I use a paragraph to indicate this. A paragraph. And this is it right here. Your yam is ready. And okay, I think I've removed the headers 3 to 5. Yes. So your yam is ready. And so that's simply the use of HTML, using HTML to create my yam porridge, having a recipe for yam porridge. Remember, close your body tag, close your HTML tag. So that's all for now, guys. See you in the next video.